basically, they are marketing Asia Wilson by suppressing anything having to do with the most popular player in the league by far.
And you white girls need to back your ass up while I get what's owed to me. It's all just it's endless reparation.
Aja Wilson just dropped a bombshell on Caitlin Clark, and it's got nothing to do with basketball skills. We're talking reparations, folks. But before you pick sides, let's dive into what's really going on here. It's common for rookies to make certain payments, don't you think? Aja is surprising everyone by reversing everyone's roles. In the WNBA, rookies have a long-standing tradition of approaching more experienced players in this manner. It is more crucial to demonstrate your understanding of the league's culture than it is to just respect your elders. Usually, rookies would buy veterans a small gift or take them out to dinner. That is, in a way, a custom that says, "Hey, I know you've paved the way for us." Nevertheless, Aja Wilson, she isn't doing the rules by herself. Now that she has entirely changed the course of events, everyone is talking about it. For a moment, pretend that Aja is demanding something completely different from Caitlin Clark. Instead of asking her to follow tradition, she is asking for payment. That's accurate, yes.
This was a year ago, and it's gone viral now this week. But to me, it was a message being sent to Caitlin Clark.
A novice is getting ready. Before you start to worry that there could be some complicated legalese involved, allow me to clarify in plain English. Because of the manner Aja presented the news, people are perplexed and spreading it among themselves. Not even Caitlin can make a three-point basket. Because of its impact, fun, and unexpectedness, the internet is going crazy about it. Aja made a comment that became viral as soon as it was posted online, much like a match dropped into a gasoline pool. Whoa, reacting right away. Attempts by the audience to interpret her meaning are driving them completely insane. Is this thing real? To what extent is it serious? Is it allegory for something more profound? Each of them expresses their thoughts rather freely. Some of Aja's fans are rolling their eyes, thinking it's just because she's Aja and always ready to make a joke. Many are delving deeply into the issue in an attempt to uncover any hidden agendas. Does she mean how newcomers are treated? Is it the burden that is placed on newcomers? Is Caitlin being tricked into being involved, or is it really that simple? The problem is that Aja isn't your typical player. She is a fierce opponent and the league MVP both on and off the court. People listen to her when she speaks. She's currently talking about a highly anticipated WNBA rookie. Caitlin Clark is not your typical rookie. Having smashed records and drawn attention, she has the league's attention even before she plays in her first professional game.
Many of these people, like Aja, are so used to being able to dispense and force white guilt upon others.
Thus, Aja's demands on Caitlin for reparations are more than just dinner and a gift. It's provoking thought regarding the contemporary WNBA rookie class. Tell me how you see things developing. What does respect mean in a league that is changing so quickly? Fans aren't the only ones who have responded. Opinions from commentators and WNBA players, both past and present, have been solicited. While some are applauding Aja for bringing things fresh, others wonder if this will set a new standard for interactions between rookies and veterans. In this regard, Caitlin Clark should also be recalled. As if that weren't awful enough, she's entering a league where expectations are high, and she's already well known when one of the biggest stars in the game has abruptly called her out. What is the anticipated response from her? Will she follow through? Could she make Aja pay for her actions? The league is changing, but one player is taking center stage. The numbers show that Caitlin Clark is anything but your average rookie. How is she altering the rules for players in their first year? We can talk about Caitlin Clark now. This chick is gonna cause a tsunami in the WNBA. Did she go to college? Beyond this world, her record-breaking accomplishments had everyone glued to her games. In addition, now that she's in the major leagues, she's traveling quite quickly. Newcomers typically need some time to get underway. They enter and find it difficult to understand how to compete with the professionals. No Caitlin, she ran inside it as though she had lived there for years. It appears that she skipped the rookie adjustment period and went directly into becoming a seasoned pro.
Leagues seem to be asking for and almost begging for. But here's the issue. They don't want the ramifications of such action.
What's really public knowledge is her influence on the league. This is more than just her on-court performance. Caitlin Clark has made the WNBA more popular than it has ever been. Unbelievably, 1.8 million people watched the game in which Caitlin took part, even when the NFL was in town on a Sunday. That is so absurd. Wow.
The ratings, I believe 2 Sundays ago with Caitlin Clark, she drew 1.8 million viewers on an NFL Sunday. I really do. And I think moving forward, I think that number is going to, as the playoffs continue on, I think that number is going to continue to come down.
For example, the appearance of the league MVP in a game drew 900,000 viewers. Caitlyn's numbers are going to double because she's a rookie. Not just the fans, but everyone is paying attention. This is being managed by experts. Caitlyn is rumored to be the WNBA's game changer. The history of women's basketball could be altered by this player. Caitlyn seems to be flourishing in spite of the intense pressure that comes with being a rookie. It makes sense to go back to Aja's demand for payment. It's almost as if everything is falling into place, isn't it? Aja doesn't like to make fun of newer players. Caitlin Clark is acknowledging her individuality. Inferred from her words appears to be, hey, you're not just joining our league, you're changing it. Remind yourself of that. In addition to breaking records and attracting attention, Caitlyn is creating a buzz around women's basketball. That means a great deal to each and every player in the league. More visibility is advantageous to all parties involved and boosts viewership and sponsorships. I guess you could say that Caitlyn's success is already helping the veterans. But this is when things start to get interesting. Aja's playful request goes beyond just acknowledging Caitlyn's impact. It's also a considerate way to formally welcome her to the league. The equivalent of this is, we see you, we know you're special, and we're glad you're here.
And so there's a mindset that Asia has to adopt to justify getting treatment she knows she doesn't deserve.
One of the reasons why for the past 20 some odd years, nobody has cared about this league, why there is certainly an antipathy towards it.
Respect, spiced up with a good amount of friendly rivalry and a dash of comedy. And this whole situation is throwing off the normal chemistry between rookies and veterans. Most of the time, those that are new are the ones trying to establish themselves with the more experienced players. With respect to Caitlyn though, with all the hype and talent surrounding her entrance, the veterans are paying attention to her. It completely and totally changes the game. The most absurd part is that this is just the beginning. Caitlyn hasn't played many games professionally. Just wait until she's completed a whole season, given the impact she is currently creating. The opportunities are just astounding. Aja Wilson isn't kidding when she playfully demands payment from Caitlin Clark. Rather, it's a calculated step in a bigger scheme. What goes on behind the scenes in this conversation between a novice and an expert? We shall analyze it here. First of all, Aja doesn't think Caitlyn poses a threat. Not at all. Now, what about this notion of reparations? In this way, Aja is effectively throwing open the door to the rookie sensation. Remind yourself of that. When the league MVP singles you out like that, there's no shade. Aja is simply saying, hey, we see you, Caitlyn. You're not your typical novice, dude. All of this is due to you. It's a respectful nod wrapped in a joke. That's how professionals approach problems.
Everything Aja Wilson is saying is I probably tend to think it wasn't even on accident.
Because basically they are marketing Aja Wilson by suppressing anything having to do with the most popular player in the league by far.
But this is when things start to get interesting. Aja is inviting to more people than only Caitlyn. The whole rookie-veteran dynamic is changing with her. Experienced athletes almost never try to impress their novice teammates. Here are everyone's favorite grunting, coffee-carrying employees. Exactly what Aja is doing is that, even before she has played a full season, Aja is acknowledging Caitlyn's effect with her desire for reparations. It looks like she's suggesting that you're already making us all look good. The very minimum you should do is eat dinner. This is not Aja and Caitlyn's world. It includes all WNBA teams. Aja's comments sparked conversations on how the league could change going forward. How do newcomers get treated now? What does respect look like in a league that's growing quickly? Remember that the WNBA is changing at a very fast pace. Every new season brings with it a whole new set of opportunities, sponsors, and supporters. Aja has contributed significantly to that growth. The show has had a dramatic increase in viewership since Caitlyn joined the cast. Because Aja is smart, she can understand that it's good for everyone. When Aja asks Caitlyn for reparations, she means it. In essence, she's urging her to support a worthy cause.
There should be a hashtag now, Stop Asia Hate. But it's amazing, but this is the problem that a lot of people have.
And you white girls need to back your ass up while I get what's owed to me. It's all just a It's endless reparation.
It sounds like she's saying, welcome to the club, kid. Together, we are capable of amazing things. In addition, did you hear? Right now, the WNBA is in desperate need of it. A-list performers who can work well together and develop gripping storylines are required. Aja and Caitlyn are where, even though they haven't even stepped onto the court yet. That is astounding. Imagine this story being covered by the media. It's being discussed by the media, fans, and social media users. Even though the playoffs haven't started yet, the WNBA is gaining a lot of attention. That is invaluable for a league that is still attempting to grow its fan base. But factors other than publicity are also taken into account. Aja's remark has prompted conversations about the league's culture. What is the process by which well-known individuals accept new talent? How do they keep a good balance between camaraderie and cooperation?
Of like, you want to come into our league, this is how you need to be. And I think it's a message to Nike. Again, as I talked about last week.
With Caitlin Clark, to use this analogy of a monopoly board, the ratings by their standards were at Boardwalk or Park Place.
Conversations such as this are what strengthen and build a league over time. We also need to remember the fans. They are unable to get enough of it. People are picking sides, making memes, and becoming emotionally invested in the personalities of the league. That's how you may build a loyal audience. That's how you turn indifferent onlookers into devoted followers. It could seem that Aja's demand for payment is minimal, but in the world of professional sports, where every exchange is closely watched and every remark could start a firestorm, it's like watching a master lesson when you build a league. Aja is demonstrating to people around the world that the WNBA is more than just a basketball league. What matters most are the people, the plot, and the interactions between them. She's giving the supporters something to cheer about that goes beyond the stats and results. What about Caitlyn? She has a perfect opportunity to respond. Will she follow through? Could she make Aja pay for her actions? No matter how she responds to it, people will be observing everything she does. Every sports league aspires to that level of participation.